Hi everyone, I'm Sunny, and today's question for today's reading will be, are your friends really supporting you? So I have 3 piles you guys can choose from left to right. I have pile 1, 2, and 3. So if you need more time, you're more than welcome to pause the video when you're ready, select the pile of your choice, and I will see you there. So I will start with the first one. So for pile number 1, you guys have the Queen of Swords reversed. So let me place it down. Maybe I should just move the cards up. And there you go. So for pile number 1, this is a no. And it's going to be kind of like a yes or no format. I like doing these quicker ones lately. So I think I mentioned it in like almost every video now that I think about it. So this is a no. They're not really supportive of you. And if they are saying they are, okay, how did I said that poorly. If they are saying that they are, if they are saying, is that how I'm supposed to say? If they are saying that they are, yes. I think it's because are at least not directly to your face, they're being honest. I feel that maybe they might be putting that like, oh yeah, of course, like maybe even you might notice that their voice sounds like higher pitched, like of course. You know how you know how people tend to be like a little pitchier when they're like, they can naturally be excited and stuff, but sometimes they also say that when they're lying, like to be extra fake and stuff. Ew, I sounded so fake. Yeah, it could be like that. So it could be like that where you're like, I'm gonna, I don't know, like start a balloon business, and they're like, oh my god. So it could be like that. Maybe you're thinking about specific guys in your group, and they're kind of like not being very supportive of you too. Doesn't always have to be like that, or it could be someone that's on the younger side, that's more mature, like a young female. But yeah, I think specifically for this pal, I'm kind of feeling more it's like one person you're specifically aiming at, even though I did make this into like a plural reading, but it do take where it resonates. At least one person for sure, but I feel that if you had to pick a gender, more than likely it's like a younger female, or like a younger man, younger man. So yeah, I do think that even if they aren't that big supportive kind of person, I think they might have those tendencies to be like, oh nice, like good for you, right? And then they stay silent, or they nod in agreeing, but like they're biting their tongue. There you go, they're biting their tongue. So you know that. So for this pal, no, they're not very supportive, or at least the person you're thinking about is not. You're just coming here for the confirmation. So in this moment in time, they're not being like that. At least I do think they can maybe change their mind easily, like they can swing back and forth, but for the most part they're just not very supportive of you, specifically for maybe just a journey, like, or your opinions, or like maybe they're not supportive of like a relationship, or like they're not supportive of some communication or disagreement. It just feels like you have a disagreement, but they're not going to tell you to your face. You just came here to get the confirmation. So thank you, pile number 1. Next, pile number 2, you guys have the Hangman reversed. So this is a no for you. The specific person, oh, I like how I placed that. It's like up and down. What was it? What was I saying? What was the question? Oh yeah, was the specific group, or was your friends being supportive, basically? This is a no. If you're thinking about one person or several people, this is a no, right? So I may be more towards like a no for one singular person, even though I did say, like, even for pile 1 that I made this open for like plural specifically. But if I'm gonna generalize a group or just that singular person, it has to do with the fact that there's like different courses of action. I feel like maybe they would go about it one way. Like if you guys talk about stuff, of course you talk about stuff with your friends, but more like personal stuff. Like imagine personal goals, right? Imagine you're sharing personal goals and they're like, no. Like if they do, like I just feel they're more, I definitely feel this pile is more direct compared to the first pile. I think that they would be like, no, I don't think so. Like, why would you do that? Like, I would go about it this way. Or they would just say one thing, agree or disagree, and then completely do the opposite, which is conflicting. It's like thinking one way and doing the action the other way. That's why I feel like you have the hangman, like, or at least the group here has a hanged man, hanged man, like that, where it's like doing one thing, thinking one thing and doing another thing, and that's like not helpful to you because you're like, I thought we were on the same page, and they're like, we are, or like, we're not, but then you are. Like, it kind of confuses you in that way, where it's like, imagine like nodding yes but then doing no, like shaking your head no, right? Yeah. I don't know why I said that, but like, if you could see me, like, can you see my action? Can you see me nod my head and like saying no? It feels like that. So they wouldn't necessarily be supportive of a certain goal that you're thinking of, or they wouldn't be supportive of your dreams too. So like, imagine you're opening up your heart, right, of like things that matter to you. They would kind of shut it down a bit, like try to dim your light a bit, not because they're trying to be controlling, but because they could be a little bit opinionated, or they could try to like impose their thoughts onto your dream a little bit more than you would have liked, and that could like turn you off from like doing an action, right? It just feels like if like maybe they're bored of you, or you're bored of their answers, or there's just like this disinterest, it's an irrelevant conversation. Why are we having this? Like, there's so much. It's not like being super nasty and that like, but it feels like more like they just don't really care that deeply, like you do. To put it simply, kind of sneaky, like in a sassy, mean way. That's what I feel with this pile. So take what resonates. And pile number 3, you guys have the 9 of Cups upright. So this is, I love how I just slammed it on on the camera. This is a yes for you. You guys have a positive yes, I feel. At least compared to the other piles, I feel this is a positive yes. So I like this because when you're thinking about whether your friends will like support you and stuff, this is a yes. They agree with you. I think that they're like your number one fans, right? So they're like, I want to say pile number 1, would pile number 3, if they end up like, I don't know, like there's always like those weird scenarios where people think of like, what would you do kind of stuff, and they would be like, I would support them, or I would have their back, I would follow them, like to the ends of the earth. Like, it feels like it's like a smugness, like, I got your back, not of like, I'm full of myself. It feels more like they're smug because that's my friend. Damn it, that's my friend. Like, of course they would do that. Of course they got it. They're the it factor. They got it all. They know what they're doing. They're making money moves. They're like a big supporter of whatever you do. They're like, they got your back. They don't even have to do much. It just feels like, yeah, I know. That's them. Whoever they're describing, like whenever people describe you to them, they're like, yeah, of course. Like, how could they not do that? Like, of course they have good morals, or of course they know where the best spots of like to eat out are at. Like, it just feels like there's nothing you could do no wrong. And they are very, very content with your friendship. So if it's just one person or like several people, that's the energy they're giving out in here. It's like they know that their friend, which is you, is all that and a bag of chips. I think that's the saying, but I think it's cute. I think it's very cute that they're your biggest supporters, or your number one fans. They're the people who have the poster boards and like cheer you on. They take pictures of you, like they show you flowers, and like they take you out on dates, and like they're the kind of friends that got your back when you need them. But they're also the kind of friends who kind of want to like stick around you even in the good times, because you're a ton of fun. And I think they enjoy that. They enjoy who you are as a person. And I think a lot of these friends, or this particular friend group, or just maybe that singular friend, has known you for quite some time, and honestly, like, even if people try to badmouth you to them, they wouldn't believe it because they know your character and they know what you stand for and what you do, your ethics and morals and your personality, and they're like, I know my friend better than you. Who are you coming to tell me about my friend? Like, I know my friend better than you do. I'm just letting you talk because it's entertaining, but it just feels like your friend is like, don't worry about it. But they come back and tell you about it. Like, your friend would possibly not snitch, but it feels like they come tell you, like, you want to know what happened? Like, this person came up to me and they were talking some ish about you. And you're like, no way. And they're like, way. So it's stuff like that. They're like, yeah, they were just like, whatever. But don't pay attention to them. Or like, they put them on your place too. It just feels like they're very happy to like be your friend, support you, and like, yeah, we're your number one fans with like those number one finger hands, right? I think what are they called? The foam hands? That's them. Maybe you guys like watch like football for an example, and you're the person who's playing, or you're the person that's a cheerleader, you're the person who's the anchor or something, you're a presentator. Like, you could be part of the game itself, and like, they're like, that's my friend, like from a really far away distance. So that's a very cute friend or friendship goals that you guys have. So thank you, pal number 3, and thank you everybody else if you continue to watch. I hope you guys have been enjoying these readings, and thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon. So bye everyone.